Hi, I'm Scott, a grateful believer in Jesus Christ who struggles with alcohol and lust. I began my recovery in September 2016, 10 years after I had been saved. During those 10 years, I had two verses that would constantly stick around in my mind. Whoever knows the right thing to do and fails to do it, for him it is sin. James 4:17. And out of Revelations 3:16, because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. This was because these verses were in my mind because I had spent those 10 years constantly putting up the act of a Christian while keeping my sinfulness a secret. While I wanted to truly be the Christian that others knew me as, I just couldn't seem to shake the sinfulness that I had allowed to keep bed deep inside me. I knew the errors of my ways, but I figured I would fake it till I make it. It's usually a good routine for things. Once I started to attend CR, I learned that I could embed the sinfulness by following the program. So I followed the program, and the hardest part for me was sharing my struggles and sharing my inventory with my sponsor. As part of the program, we have to share those things with somebody, and usually it's your sponsor you end up unloading all that baggage with. I did not want to admit my sins in my life to others. After all, with the Christian act I put on, if I share my sins that I kept hidden deep, that would crush everything that I had designed, from my thought process to the sinfulness I was hiding. It would crush it if I gave it up. But with the help of accountability partners and much prayer, I was able to find freedom. After all, God's design is all that matters. It's way better than anything I can create. So, nearly 4 years in to celebrate recovery and my own recovery, I was on the right track now, not having to put up the faked act anymore. I was able to be real with others about my life and my struggles. I had been serving in many areas of the church, had been going on mission trips to help those in need. We had our first child, my wife and I, Heather, had our first child, Catherine, and we're blessed to be expecting another one here in about a month. I was truly finding joy in my life. I was on the straight and narrow. All is well in Scott's life, right? This is what I thought. Then rolls 2020. CR has been put on hold. I'm not able to see the family at CR or meet other people that I know or have small groups. Getting that one-on-one with other folks who are struggling in the same struggles you're struggling with. Then things started to fall apart. I was starting to think, this is no big deal. I got this. I can handle this. After all, a little break would be good. That's what I thought. Notice I think that a lot of little breaks would be good. Then a month after CR was canceled, I started to get a little bit, things started to fall apart a little more for me. I had to undergo a little surgery, have skin cancer removed, and that didn't shake me. The cancer part didn't shake me. It's, like I said before, it's God's design. What shook me was the pain and the struggle of not being able to sleep because they removed some of my face. I couldn't lay on the side that I always lay on. And my arm was hurting. And then it seemed I quickly allowed Satan to come in telling me a little alcohol would help. It would make it easier to sleep. That's a little, right? That's what you always think. It's a little. It's never a little. I could have reached out to my sponsor, accountability partners, but I had the pride in my head that I didn't want to show my lack of strength by telling someone I was struggling. So I decided to keep it to myself and ended up veering down the road of relapse. This was until, of course, I got caught, and I began to realize that my work started to suffer. I then swallowed that pride and made that call to my sponsor. Quite a bit late, obviously. Who gave me nothing but encouragement and support. Looking back in reference to Popeye, CR is the spinach to my recovery. CR helps to give me strength to continue in recovery and communicate with others. We always have to keep the pride in check, and a great way to keep that pride in check is to share. So when we're able to have small groups again, don't hold back. These are judgment-free zones. It has been good for me to be able to see my sponsor accountability partners on Monday nights. I've had to daily ask the Lord to help me get through one day at a time. I had to restart. And dive into His Word to get through and get strength. These are important things to do all the time, but they're even more important during these pandemic times. So please keep viewing on Monday nights, and when we're able to reopen, come back. And thank you for allowing me to share.